Welcome to CIZ. Today I'm here to share the top-notch 5 current affairs from the month of January 2019 for the ESE examination of 2020. Let us start in the series of current affairs. Let us start with the current affairs in series. The very first one being the Citizenship Amendment Bill. However, this bill has been passed in the present month of December 2019, but in January 2019, it was very much prominent in the news only. There are a few postulates which needs to be understood. The very first one being the definition of illegal migrants, second being the citizenship by the naturalization, and third being the various postulates which have been passed by the government in the bill. The first is the illegal migrants, those migrants who are not having the citizenship of India and they are migrating from other countries to India. They are illegal migrants. Second, that is citizenship by naturalization. In this, any person who is living in India for continuous 11 years, that person will be getting the privilege to get the citizenship, and the time of 11 years, if a person stays in India, he is going to get that by naturalization only. And the third being the prominent aspect, the provision that the government has passed in the bill. There are 6 communities which have been highlighted from 3 countries. The communities are Buddhists, Sikhs, Hindus, Christians, Parsis and Jains of countries of Afghanistan, Pakistan and Bangladesh. These communities, they will be getting the privilege to get the citizenship of India in 6 years only. However, only and only one community that has been exempted is Muslims only. The Muslims have been exempted considering only and only one postulate, that is, in these 3 countries, all these countries are having Islam as their constitutional aspect religion. And only India is a country that is not having any religion. It is a secular under Article 14. So this has been the provision that was very important. And as per the IB reports, near about 30,000 people will be benefiting from the Citizenship Amendment Bill in present scenario. So overall 6 communities, they are important from a current affairs point of view, and various provisions of Act of Citizenship Act 1955. They are also important. Please learn the act name which was present earlier in the news, that is Citizenship Act of 1955, and the other one is the present one. These are the 2 important bills and acts which are important from the citizenship point of view. Let us proceed with the second one. The second one is the first India Central Asian Dialogue. The first India Central Asian Dialogue was held in Samarkand in Uzbekistan. Over here, near about at this place, there is a city that is called Samarkand, and in that it was co-chaired by the Ministers of External Affairs of India also. And the highlights of this summit, which are very important from current affairs point of view, that is the ministerial level summit saw the participation of External Affairs of Ministers of Afghanistan, Kyrgyzstan Republic, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan and Kazakhstan. These are the countries, these together, they are called your Central Asian Republics only. India has also invited these Central Asian Republics to participate in the Chabahar port. This project, that is a port city that has been developed by India and Iran jointly, that is to move Indian goods to the landlocked Afghanistan. This move will help India to bypass Pakistan and to move the goods towards Iran and to the Central Asian countries only. So this is also very important news. Please try to understand different aspects of this. That Central Asian Dialogue, that is Central Asian Republic countries, they are participating members of this dialogue only. Moving on to the next news. The next current affair, this is very important from ICT point of view. ICT module of IES examination, the ICT part that is related to the current affairs part, Paris Call. Please understand the 3 terminology provisions which are highlighted here. Paris Call was held in France, Paris. You can see here in France, Paris only, at UNESCO's Internet Government Forum, that is IGF meeting that was convened in Paris. It will focus on to the trust and security in cyberspace that was commenced, aimed at developing common principles for securing cyberspace. So overall, cyberspace is the key term that you should understand. Paris Call is related to the cyber security, and there are different aspects which are focused in this convened meeting. The very first one being the inclusive regulatory process, international law, state sovereignty and protection of citizens. The prominent countries which didn't sign the agreement, the very first one being India, US, China, Russia, These are the major countries which has not signed the agreement of this Paris call. Please learn the terminology. As per the present scenario of IES examination, the current affairs part that holds the statement based questions. So out of that, please memorize the names of these countries which have not signed the agreement, and inclusive regulatory process is that in which all the countries which are the participating members which are signing this agreement, they will be following all the protocols of United Nations Charter which are related to the cyberspace. Second one is international law. Many countries which are the participants of this, they will be having a unanimous law that will be focusing on to the cyberspace security. Third is state sovereignty. Although all the countries, the member countries of this agreement, they have to share their own provisions and protocols so as to safeguard the cyberspace, but they have to keep the sovereignty of their countries also at the forefront. Last being the protection of citizens. It is the duty of every country's government to protect the rights of the citizens. So government will be focusing on to the cyber security by not compromising the rights of the citizens through the cyber security part. I hope guys this is clear to you. Let us proceed with the next news. The next one is Operation Digital Board. Friends, in last 3 to 4 years examination of current affairs, there has been questions from the government's educational schemes. So this Operation Digital Board, this is also one of the scheme that is related to that part only. Please learn the aims and objectives of this and provisions. First of all, this scheme was launched by Shri Prakash Javadekar, HRD Minister of India in New Delhi. And in that, the aim of this scheme is to set up one digital and interactive board per classroom in the government and government aided schools by 2022. Please learn the year, that is by 2022. This scheme will increase the digital aspect into the classroom interaction. It will also promote more cooperation between the teachers and the student. It will also improve the capability of the students to learn from the digital domain. As I am giving the class right now, this is also part and parcel of digital aspect. So out of this, it will be introduced in schools from classes from 9th onwards. Please learn the domain. This scheme is related to the 9th onwards classes, as well as in the higher educational institutions, that is related to higher university level, colleges levels. It also aims to make the learning as well as the teaching process interactive and popularize the fluid learning as a pedagogical approach. However, as per the present scenario, there is a lack of training process of teachers. The teachers are not up to the mark in the digital literacy part. So this is also going to make the teaching process more digital part. And UGC, although UGC has been changed to HECI now, Higher Education Commission of India, it will be the implementing agency of ODB for the higher education part of the scheme. Overall, this is going to be a very revolutionary step in the education system of India. I hope this is clear. Let us proceed with the next news. The next part of current affairs is the World Capital of Architecture. It is very important from United Nations point of view, current affairs part. For the first time, at UNESCO's United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, the Brazilian city of Rio de Janeiro, it has been assigned as the World Capital of Architecture for the year 2020. Many times United Nations gives the year themes to different countries, different cities, to different parts of the society also. So out of that, architecture is one domain, and Rio de Janeiro of Brazil has been chosen for the year 2020. The first World Capital of Architecture, Rio de Janeiro will hold the series of events, that is different kinds of seminars and meetings will be held. And the theme, please learn the theme, that is all the words, just one world. And it will also promote the internationally agreed 2030 agenda for sustainable development goal. Its number is 11th. United Nations has charted near about 17 SDGs, sustainable development goals, and out of that is the 11th one which is relating here exactly. So this goal focus on two main provisions, that is to make cities and human settlements inclusive. Please learn the 4 key areas which are highlighted in this. First is making the cities and human settlements more inclusive. Second being safer. Third being resilient, and fourth being the sustainable. There might be a question according to the sustainable part of this. As per the present scenario of sentences which are asked in the questions of IES, there might be these 4 provisions. Please learn the provisions very thoroughly. Why Rio has been chosen? Because of its architecture that is present in the city. Rio has a mix of modern as well as the colonial architecture. Colonial means that is from the past ancient times. It is also having the world-renowned statue of Christ the Redeemer and contemporary constructions like the Museum of Tomorrow. So overall, these has been major characters of being chosen as the Rio de Janeiro as the capital of architectures in the present scenario of current affairs. I hope guys this is clear to you. This finishes off your current affairs of January month 2019. I'll be coming with the next series of Feb month as well as the other months for your 2020 examination. If you have any doubts, any problems, please comment here, and if you like this, please share it as more as you can. Thank you.